I think I see God working the most in my life in the relationships and the friendships that he's brought in me. Throughout the end of my middle school years and like early high school, I was like a really sad person, just like in general, and like very lonely. Like I felt very isolated in feelings that were super overwhelming. And I didn't know who to reach out to because I knew I had people that I could talk to, but there was like a little part of me that felt like I couldn't. So I tried a few things. I tried therapy for a couple months, and I didn't see the results that I wanted through that. So eventually I went to my parents and I told them I want to try finding a church, and we tried a bunch. And then a couple months ago, a friend of mine, Nora, extended an invite to me to come to youth group at Echo. And I just went into that Wednesday knowing that a relationship with God was something that I really wanted to and like I needed to pursue so I could just like heal. And I just felt like my faith like blossomed and grew.
So God to me is like, it's like extreme comfort or like guidance, and like, I don't know, I've been through a lot of really crazy things in my life, and he helps me like reconcile a lot of the things that have happened to me or a lot of the things that I've even done. And he serves as like a true father and mentor, someone, because like even my own father, like everybody falls short, and it's just someone you can like truly depend on, you know, when everything's really dark, you know. And I guess I really started like reading the Bible, but I graduated college last year, and I had this guy in my class who always needed help with his homework, and so I helped him with his homework once, and then we went to the gym and stuff together, and then I would see him at lunch, and then so he would sit next to me, and I didn't know he was in like the college ministry, but then like all the people from the college ministry started like sitting next to me and talking to me, and they were like super interested in me, and like they were all so nice, and I was like, man, I didn't know they were in the college ministry. I just thought they were really cool people. And then like the quarter was over, and then one of the guys was like, hey, like, can I get your number? Like maybe we could like get some coffee and go and talk. And I was like, okay, sure. And so he texted me and was like, hey, like I wanted to know if you had any questions about Christianity. And I was like, yeah, tons, because I grew up in a anti-religious household, and I mean that very much. Like God was like bad and it was for weak people, and it's all kind of weird. But so we started, because I had all these questions, and so we started reading this book called The Bedrock of Christianity, which is just like a scholarly thing where they would cite Jesus throughout history. And then the comparison was kind of like Julius Caesar and Jesus, you know, like it's the same type of evidence, but for some reason everybody believes Julius Caesar existed. And so we started reading that book, and like the more we got through it, I was just kind of like, I had all these questions about references in the book, and then he would pull out the Bible and be like, oh, this is talking about like this one thing. And then so we'd read a little bit of that just to kind of like get a feel for what that meant. And then as the book went on, I had more questions and there were more references, and I like kind of stopped them, and I was like, is it okay if we just like stop reading this book and like maybe start reading the Bible? And so we started reading Luke, and then that was that. I've been growing so much closer to God every single day, you know. I can feel him more and more. Me and Romeo had this joke where like, I don't know, we were talking, and then he was like, yeah, Jesus talks to me. And I was like, he talks to you? And then we all laughed about it. But now he talks to me too. Yeah. And so it's just kind of like, God loves me as I am so much, no matter what. And it's like giving myself that grace that he does, you know, because I'm a lot harder on myself than most people, especially him. When I was in my early 20s, I was homeless for around a year. Things were just, I was just dumb, really is what it was. You know, just making bad decisions, hanging out with the wrong people. But that was considerably before I found God. But I've talked about this with like other people, and there are moments in those times where like I should probably have died, you know, or like just really bad things were happening. And for some reason, I don't know, it felt like something was pushing me out of there, or like, you know, making me feel like there was a way out, even though like really there didn't really seem like there was one.
I was filled with anger because I didn't understand why I had to go through this. Why did I not get a loving family and everyone else did? So I prayed a prayer, and I never prayed growing up. And I said, God, if you're real, show me, because I can't do this anymore. And that next day, he didn't do anything physically to show me that he was there, but he put something in my heart. And I read my Bible that next day, and it just sparked, it lit a fire. And ever since then, it's just been growing. And I feel at peace, finally. And this year, he has given me peace and forgiveness that I never thought that I would ever experience. I want to say thank you. It's kind of like my way of thanking God for bringing me out of a dark situation that I never thought that I would get out of.